Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with day number 13 and 14. So for day number 13, not very much happened. I think I took this one photo. Well, I have like 10 photos of this one thing because, you know, that's how I am. I have to take 10 photos to get one good one. Or one that I'm happy with, I guess. So my husband made beef noodle soup that day, and he made that for dinner. So I thought it would be fun to take that photo and have that be the story for that day. So I am going to have days number 13 and 14 on the same page since there wasn't a whole lot going on day number 13. So here I am cutting up this sheet of paper because I wanted to use the front of it. I just had a pretty pattern on it. I am going to use my 3-dimensional pop dots to glue down my number 13, and then I'm also going to use these little perforated cardstock pieces, and I'm going to cut out the word magic, and day number 13 is done. I think that is the quickest I have ever done one day before. It was like, what, 5 minutes? Okay, so now I'm going to move on to day number 14, which takes a little bit longer, so kind of makes up for the fact that day number 13 was super, super quick. Okay, so I had these 3 photos of my husband and my son Brennan working out, quote unquote. Brennan is in Cub Scouts and he is working on a badge where he needs to come up with a fitness schedule or something like that for 30 days and stick with it. So on this day, he was doing his exercises with my husband and they were trying to see who could do the most. So I printed off those 3 photos as 2x2s, and then I am also going to print off a couple more photos. So you can see here I have pulled up my collage app, which is called Live Collage, and I am going to print out some more photos in the 2x2 size. So here I'm just flipping through my photos for the day, for the 14th. Okay, so now I have set my phone aside and my photos are printing. While I am waiting for them to print, I am going to work on this 4x4 pocket right there. And my idea is to do photos on all 4 of the 2x2 pockets. I had this sticker that said countdown, so I thought it was kind of funny because they're counting how many they do of each exercise, but then the sticker is actually talking about like a Christmas countdown. I just thought it was kind of funny. So now here I have my photos all printed off, so I'm going to start cutting them up. And this one on the bottom that I'm cutting right here, it is a message from my son Tinian. He is my 6-year-old. We have this message app. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Voxer, V-O-X-E-R. It's an awesome app, and it's a way that our kids can contact us. We do have a home phone, but it's nice to also have a way that they could contact us on their electronics. Each one of our boys have Kindles, and so if they need us, instead of calling us on the phone, we save the phone for emergencies, and their Kindles, the Voxer app, they can message us, you know, just about little things while we're gone. So I had, after dinner, Jonas and I had gone to a band concert that his friends were participating in for their band, and Tinian had sent me a bunch of messages while we were gone, and I just thought it was hilarious because he must have like had the typing app up, and you know how when you start typing and it'll fill in words for you. He must have done something like that because he doesn't really type a whole lot. He is 6 and he can read and everything, but he doesn't really write sentences yet. So he wrote out the period, life period, years period, more period. And then he had a bunch of angry faces and then a bunch of kissy faces. And I just thought it was hilarious. So now here you can see I'm just putting little mats behind all of those photos. Now I am going to cut up these last 3 photos that I have. So my idea was to put all 3 of these photos on this 4x4 mat along with the date, the day number 14. And I have a text here that I'm cutting up. And while Jonas and I were at the band concert, I texted my mom because, I mean, the concert wasn't awful. It wasn't amazing either because, again, they're in 6th grade. They're just starting out. They're just learning their instruments. And the first song they did was, oh my gosh, I wanted to plug my ears. As they went on, the more songs they did, they got better. So during the first song, I texted my mom and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I am at a band concert with Jonas. Please tell me my band was never this bad. And it was hilarious. She said, oh, well, what did I said, okay, Mom, be honest. I'm at the middle school band concert with Jonas. He came to watch his friends and I'm just wondering, was my band this horrible? And she texted back and she said, probably everyone but you. And then I said, LOL. Well, thanks for coming and watching me. And then she said, you were always the best. And I just thought that was hilarious. She totally made my day. So here I'm just matting that text message onto some of that same diagonal white and red paper that I matted the other 2x2s on. I am going to pull out this cute little tag. It's a wood tag that I got from the Dollar Spot, the Target Dollar Playground or whatever it's called now. I don't know what it's called. The dollar section in Target. Yeah. And I'm going to glue that photo on to that tag. I have these cute little round stickers. I'm also going to put one of those down and it says be merry, and then I'm going to put the number 14 down there as well. I'm going to glue the 2 photos. So the photo on the left is a photo of the band, just half of the band. It's because Jonas is going to play the trombone. He started playing the trombone. I just have to get a rental for him. He was borrowing one from the school for free, but then she needed it for another student, so he had to give it back. And I haven't had time or money because of the holidays to go rent him one. So I'm going to do that in January after the holidays and everything. So he wasn't able to participate in the band concert, which I felt really super bad about, but hopefully the next one that they do, he'll be able to be in. So I just took a photo of his section with his friends and everything because he's got a bunch of friends in band with him. And then the photo on the right is a picture of him looking for each one of his friends' names on the program. Okay, so now you can see I wasn't able to do any journaling on the left-hand side of the spread because it was very photo heavy, and I am okay with that. I really, really like how that spread turned out, how the left side turned out. So my idea was to use one of these chipboard divider thingies. I don't know what you call them. And I am just going to make a little journaling page. So this is also going to be part of my days 13 and 14. Here I'm just cutting down papers to glue onto that chipboard piece. And I really like how this one turned out. I wasn't quite sure how it would work, but it turned out pretty good. So I'm just going to glue down that polka dot paper at the top, and then I'm going to glue the poinsettia paper at the bottom. Actually, I don't know if those are poinsettias, but anyway, I'm just going to glue them all down onto that chipboard piece. Okay, now I'm just tapping my fingers and trying to figure out what else I want to do with this layout. I had a little border strip that I am going to put down there. I ended up that I didn't really need to do that, but oh well, I did it, and it's fine. You can't see it. You can see like a sliver on each side. Okay, now I am going to look for a piece of paper that I can put over top of the pattern paper so that I can do my journaling. And there was this one that had this Merry and Bright saying on it, and it's from the 6x6 pad from Simple Stories. And I'm going to end up covering up that Merry and Bright saying down there because it just I didn't need it to be there, and it didn't work out the way that I had it because I wanted mostly the whole page to be journaling. So I'm just going to cover that up with a couple different stickers, and I really like how that turned out. So my journaling on this page says, not much happened on the 13th. Mark made beef noodle soup and it was amazing. On the 14th, Mark and Brennan did an exercising contest. Brennan is working on a personal fitness badge for Scouts. Jonas's band had a concert that night, but he doesn't have his trombone yet. He still wanted to go support his friends, so he and I went. It was okay, ... ha ha. I had to text my mom, and I loved her response. While at the concert, Tinny voxed me, and it was hilarious. Smiley face. So that is the end of this spread for days 13 and 14. I hope that you are having a great December and that you are enjoying doing your December daily if you are doing it. And if you're not, I hope you are enjoying living it through me. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.